The Rereadathon of 2019 is being hosted by Merphy Napier, who also created it, as well as a whole bunch of other co-hosts. So I will leave a link to Merphy's video below, which contains all the information you need. But I think the Rereadathon name is pretty self-explanatory. It's taking place from Sunday and it lasts a whole week, and the aim is to reread your favourite books. I've picked out 4 books for this Rereadathon and I'm hoping to get through all of them. I think 2 of the 4 should be pretty easy to get through, but the other 2 might be a bit of an issue, and I will explain why in a second. The first book that I'm going to be reading will hopefully complete 4 of the 7 challenges. The first one being a game-changing book. It's also an old favourite and a childhood book and a really popular book. So 4 challenges in one, and that is fantastic. Since I mentioned that it's a popular book and an old favourite and a childhood book, you can probably guess what it is. It's going to be Harry Potter and the Philosopher's Stone by J.K. Rowling, and this is the UK illustrated edition, which I started reading with my sister. So I got up to, I'm pretty sure Harry had just done his shopping for school, which is a bit under halfway. So I'm hoping to read this one, and I'm hoping it's going to be a fun way of rereading it, because I haven't reread Harry Potter in ages, and I'm planning to get the rest of the illustrated editions as well and reread those this year, because that's one of my goals. The next book that I'm going to hopefully read is going to be for 2 of the prompts, the first one being a recent favourite and the second one being an underrated book. For this one, I'm picking something that is definitely a recent favourite because I haven't stopped going on about it, but also it's going to be difficult to read in 1 week, and that is The City of Brass. I haven't stopped talking about this book, and I did say when I first finished it in January that I wanted to reread it already, and so I'm going to try. This readathon is just providing me the perfect excuse to do so. It's enormous. It's 600 pages. I reckon I can do it, and because it is a reread, the first 100 pages aren't going to be such a slog like they were the first time I read it, and also this means that I can annotate it. And that's my main reason for wanting to reread it, is because I want to annotate the book and mark up my favourite quotes and tab it, and then be fully prepared for when I read the Kingdom of Copper towards the end of the month. Wish me luck with this one. Out of the 4 of them, this is the least likely to happen, but it's kind of the one I want to read the most. Book number 3 completes the prompt that is giving a book a second chance. To be honest, it doesn't really complete that challenge at all, because it's not a book that I hated at all. I gave this one 5 stars, and that is The Long Way to the Small Angry Planet by Becky Chambers. This is the first book in the Wayfarer series, and I'm not giving it a second chance to like impress me or anything, but it is going to blow my mind a second time. So that's kind of a second chance, and that kind of completes the prompt. It's just I didn't want to give a book a second chance that I'd already DNF'd, because I would have already given them away. So I'm rereading this one and I'm really excited. There's already a bookmark in it because Quill is in the middle of reading it. He's almost finished. Well, I say almost, but he's got maybe 100 pages left, and I'm so excited to get back into this world. I'm thinking maybe I could read 50 pages of it a day or something. I don't know. I'm really excited for this book. I'm excited for all of them. And finally, the 4th book is one that doesn't really complete any prompts, maybe the last one that I just mentioned, because that's kind of, you know, something I'm not really doing. The last one I'm going to read is Sadie by Courtney Summers. I read this in September of last year as an audiobook, and I'll be listening to it again as an audiobook. My reasons for picking this one is, first of all, it's amazing. Secondly, I wanted an audiobook to read, and that was the one that I wanted to reread the most. Thirdly, it's amazing. Fourthly, if I read it in the car on the way to work in the mornings, Quill has to listen to it, and therefore he will read another one of my favourite books, and that's my goal for this year, to get him to read a bunch of my favourite books. Those are the 4 books that I'm planning on reading. Hopefully it will go well. I'm not very optimistic because, first of all, I suck at rereading, and secondly, 4 books in 1 week is a lot for me, especially since City of Brass is on there, and that's probably going to take up all of my attention. But we'll see how it goes. I am probably going to be vlogging the entire thing. If you have done a TBR video or are taking part in this readathon, let me know in the comments below, and I'll come and check out your TBR videos, or we can maybe cheer each other on Twitter or something. That would be really fun. Thanks for watching, everyone. I'll speak to you in my next video. Bye!